guys, it's Pamela again, and I'm really excited to actually make another video. And this video is very important for me because that will start, and I will start with giving you the enough information we need to know or identify if someone is being, abusive. It has abusive traits. Okay, so these are 6 traits. Okay, that I need you to always watch out and be careful every time you're meeting a guy. Okay, so my first advice before starting with the traits is that never get involved emotionally with someone really fast. Like, take at least 3 months to get to know the person enough in order for you to decide if it is worth it or not. Okay, so the first one that I would like to talk about is that they are very romantic. Okay, they will portray themselves as they are perfect. They will give you the most amazing gift. They will give you flowers, even cars. It depends on their economical position. They are going to portray themselves as the love of your life. Okay, and this is a I think it's the most dangerous thing for a single woman who is desperate to get a couple. Okay, I won't lie, I was the part of a group of women that decided to have a boyfriend so much that I didn't pay attention to these things before. Besides, I was uneducated about the topic, so you have to watch my first video to know a little bit about me. Okay, but thank God I went through these experiences, because that lead me to this position where I can help others, and that's my wish, because I want all women to have the knowledge identifying this type of man, so they can at least walk away from them and give the chance to someone who is even more worthy. So basically, they are very romantic. They are going to give you or show you their best side, and you need to be very careful about that, because if something is really good to be true, perhaps it is. So you have to listen to your gut every time you're meeting a guy. If you see maybe some of his behavior is being a little bit fake, perhaps it is. Okay, so basically, if someone is being like too giving you too much attention, and you don't feel like it is being honest, maybe it is because you're right. Okay, the second trait you need to take into account is that they want or will commit really fast to you. Okay, so what do I mean with that? And I'm going to give you an example, and it is that they will start maybe calling you really often, and they will like to maybe get married with you after meeting you for, I don't know, 3 months. So you need to take your time. I have to repeat this really often, because I didn't take my time. So that's why I had the relationships I had before, because I was so desperate that I thought that if someone wanted to move forward with me really fast, it's because they loved me so much that they couldn't take it anymore. But it's just that that's not the case. It's because they are very manipulative, and they just want to get you in their tactics so they can control you. So you have to be very, very objective about these things. If you are emotionally involved, you are not going to see it. You're just going to fall for it. So girls, please do not move forward really fast with someone emotionally quickly, because that is a very dangerous thing to do. You need to be take care of yourself and give this man a longer time for him to prove that he is the right one. It's not the same thing to say, and this is something I learned from this amazing guy that is Derek Jackson, that he has a channel. I have to name him because I'm a big fan of his channel, and thanks to him I have learned many things. That it is that someone can show you many things through their action, and that is really easy in a period of a month, maybe 2. But being consistent, it is something you cannot hide. Okay, so if a guy is consistent for a longer period of time, then give it a chance. Okay, But that's why you need to go slow into the process, enjoy the process of meeting someone, but knowing as well what do you want in a guy, okay? And because you always deserve better. So if a guy just wants to commit really fast, please be careful, because that's a red flag. You don't need to admit, you need to pay attention to that, because you need to take care of yourself. I repeat it, okay? So the third trait you need to take into account is that he will want you all for himself. Okay, so my example for this is that this type of guy, he will just start meeting you, and all of a sudden he start like calling you all the time, like, let's go out, let's do this. And when you realize that you're just doing everything with him, oh, this is my my dog and this is my baby. Okay, so when you realize that you're doing everything with him, you're not longer sharing with your friends, no longer sharing with your family, you just have time for him. And at the beginning you feel special because he's being Prince Charm, like I told you, like the first trait, and he's romantic and all this stuff. But he's consuming all your time, and you need to be very careful when most of the moments that you share with him, you're having a one-on-one date, okay? And they try to avoid the sharing with the people who is important for you, because the people who is important for you, they will realize about their true personality, okay? So they will try to get you away or isolate you in order for them to control you better. So that is very related to the second one, that they will always like want to move forward in order for them just to catch you really easily, because you are like a puppet to them. They don't give a shit about you, and I'm sorry about the world, but it's the truth. It is the truth. I thought at the beginning that he loved me so much, that is why he wants to date with me all the time. And when I realized that I was making a mistake because I wasn't even sharing with my friends, it was kind of late, okay? So other thing or other trait they have is that he will be very concerned about you, okay? And what do I mean by this? I will give you an example of a situation that I had in the past with this guy I met once. And then he will, like in the beginning, it is very related to the last one that I said, that he would like to move forward really fast. And it is that they will be like, oh, are you okay? They are very oversensitive about maybe a comment that you said, or that he will try to say, oh, give you advices, this is the best for you. He will say, oh, I think that you should buy this, because perhaps if you find this type of guy that they will like to take advantage of your money, so they will try to convince you of you giving them the money because they know better. Be careful with that as well, okay? That is another trait they have. They will worry a lot about you, but that's another tactic they use in order for control you. So it is something that I would like just to say, because girls, I know, and I'm really happy I am not the only channel that talks about this topic, but I would like to be another person that is like giving the information to protect women from this type of men, because they are trash, completely trash. They don't care about you, they don't care about your tears, they don't care about your time, they just care about themselves and how they control you. Do not give anyone the power to step in on you, because they don't deserve it. Remember, they don't care about you. Another trait they have, that they will be sweet and caring sometimes, okay? And I will give you an example about this. And it is that this guy that I'm telling you about, it's just that they are all the same, okay? And this guy was calling me all the time. He was telling me, oh, if you need some help with the internet, I will help you and all this stuff. And I was like, no, don't worry. Because I wasn't interested about him, because I was in a breaking up process with my ex-boyfriend, who was also an abusive man. And I thank God I wasn't paying attention to him, neither the other one, but he was like always paying attention to the things. But when I didn't pay attention to him, he was like being kind of aggressive. So he started sending me these voice notes that, oh, you're very mean because you're not answering and all this stuff. And then he was like, oh, I'm so sorry because I said that. And I was like, oh, okay. But I didn't see it that way because I was very uneducated about the topic. But now that I look back, I realize that they are carrying on swings sometimes. This is the part when they start showing their true colors. So remember, believe their actions because they're really true, they are really honest. Okay? And the last one is that he will play the victim. Okay? So this other situation, I will give you this example. And that's why it is very important not to get involved with someone really fast emotionally, because that is like give you the target for them to actually hurt you. So what happened to me is that I met this guy through internet. It was I was very naive, I was very desperate back then. That's why I always like, girls, please do not be desperate over meeting guys, because then you will find the worst of the worst, believe me. So I met this guy, and this guy turned out to have a company, and I was very amazed about this things about him. He showed me just a few pictures of him, but I didn't know much of I didn't have a lot of information about this person. So he was inviting me to this other country. We were living apart, and he had the enough money for me, to pay the flight, and that was is basically one of the things you need to pay attention. He was surprising me and trying to make me feel special by paying me a ticket to go to the country where he is, so we can go on a vacation and all the stuff. So basically that's related to the first trait. So see, they are all the same. So well, I didn't know much information of him, so I started realizing that he didn't want to, have video calls with me, and I started to worry because I said to my sister, "Oh, I think this guy, I don't know, maybe he's just not the guy he's saying he is, because he's not even showing me enough pictures. He was sending me old pictures and all the stuff." And my sister said, "Oh, she was basically in the country where he was living back then." And she said, "No, be careful, because you don't know if this guy is just trying to, hurt you and do something wrong to you." Okay? So I asked him, like, I think we should have a video call, because I am not sure about who you are, and I would like to feel safe about your identity before making the decision of going to this trip to go and meet you face to face. So he was upset. Actually, he got in a very defensive position when he was telling me, like, "Are you crazy? What is wrong with you? How many more pictures do you need from me?" And he had this big ego. He was like, "Oh, if you want pictures of me, looking on Google." He had some pictures on Google. And I was like, he was so rude. But because I was desperate and I had low self-esteem, 7 days later, like a week later, I wrote to him apologizing. See, was a big mistake. So he played himself the victim, okay? He was an abusive man as well. And I would like to tell you a little bit more about him in the next video. But these are the 6 traits you need to pay attention when you meet a guy. If he accomplished with this, or he has these 6 traits, be careful, girl, because maybe you're dealing with an abusive man. So let me review a little bit of them. They are very romantic at first. This is the first trait. The second one, they will need you every time, or they will like to commit really fast. The third one is that they will want you from themselves all the time, so they would like to have a one-on-one date. The fourth one, that he will be very worried or concerned about you. The fifth one is that he will be sweet and caring sometimes. And the sixth one is that he will play the victim. So be careful, girls. I love you, and I would like you to develop a very beautiful and healthy relationship. Do not lose faith on that. You deserve it, and the fact that perhaps you just go and found this type of guys over and over again, that means that there is something about you that you need to change. You need to look about inside of yourself, and you'll see that when you heal yourself, you will have a better taste. So thank you for watching my video, and I will be talking to you about this guy the next video. And be careful, and a lot of kisses for you.